What's up everybody? Welcome to another video where I reflect on some challenges that have arisen with daily YouTube posting. I share with you the challenge themselves as well as the experiments that I'm coming up with to help address those challenges. In today's video, we're going to talk about a few different challenges from a few different contexts, because when I was reflecting this morning, I actually reflected on multiple parts of the workflow. So there was the scripting component, there was the filming component, and the editing. So yeah, we'll go through the theme that relates to those challenges, the challenges themselves, and also the experiments that I am coming up with. So let's jump straight into it. Yeah, so one theme that's arisen in a few of the challenges is it's when, as part of the workflow in a single component, when we're doing it, we notice that the workflow isn't so optimal, but it isn't the time and place to sort of improve on that workflow in that moment. So you just keep going. And that's come up in the scripting process and the editing process lately. And it's one of the things that I pick up when I'm reflecting. And when it comes time to reflect on it, I think there's the opportunity to actually look at how to improve those processes and improve the processes so that next time we embark on that process, it's a bit more smoother and effective, right? And another theme that keeps coming up, which has come up in the last few videos, is not having the information you need when you need it. And even if it's like a few touch points away, it's a bit too much friction, I think. So it's developing a checklist and a central location to store the information so that when you need it, it's right there and then you can make the most of it. So that is a bit abstract. I'm going to jump straight into the specific challenges. All right, so the first challenge actually related to scripting a longer form video that I've been scripting for at least a week now. And I've been doing it with pen and paper and it's going really well. But the thing I noticed when I was doing it was I feel like my vocabulary could improve. And if I had access to the right word for the right sentence, it would actually make the script much better and it would convey what I'm thinking more precisely and more accurately. Yeah, then I'm just thinking, how do I actually improve it? And the first thing that came to mind was to use spaced repetition apps like Anki, where I could just download a deck and accumulate vocabulary over time. But the experiment that I'm settling on for now is probably to be more conscious when I'm reading books, to actually use the dictionary function in my Kindle to search up the definition. And if there's a way to save the word, I'll try to do that as well. Because often what I do, a habit of mine, is I just don't look up a word when I don't understand its meaning completely, because I can pretty much guess its meaning, or I can pretty much get the vibe and the general point of the author. But I think now I might try and actually look up the definition, and that might help improve my vocabulary. And in addition, I've downloaded a few dictionary thesaurus apps on my phone, so hopefully that's going to help. The second challenge that was going on was I was editing one of my vlogs in DaVinci Resolve and I was getting the job done, but I was like, I think I'm using my mouse too much, and it was a bit of guesswork trying to scrub back and forth using my mouse. And I felt like, well, a thought occurred to me, I'm like, I think when the professionals are doing this, they're probably doing it in a much more efficient way. And I feel like it was a bit clunky during that workflow. So I had a brainstorm session back and forth with ChatGPT, and the sense I got a few tips, but the sense I got was this: I could be going down a rabbit hole a bit too deep, too quick, and get overwhelmed or tired out just by trying to figure out how to optimize some shortcuts or learn new editing workflows. But what I did learn was the K button was stop, and instead of like using the mouse to go backwards, I could experiment with using the J button, which is the rewind, and you could also go back frame by frame by holding K and J or K and L. So that's just something I'm experimenting with, but I felt like I could have talked to ChatGPT for much longer than way too long. So I just sort of capped it there, that I learned a new shortcut and I experiment it, and I'll come back to it another time, because otherwise it's easy to get overwhelmed. Yeah, the third and final challenge for today was I was reflecting on these daily videos, and they're getting quite natural, in my opinion. Like, they're feeling like I can just do them every day now, but then it's sort of got that whatever vibe a bit, where like I'm getting wary about the fact that I could just be doing it mechanically or automatically. So I want to make the most of them, and I think the idea behind these data videos is to get reps in, but also to experiment and optimize. So I have an experiment list, as I've been talking about in the last couple of videos, but I think it's a database, but I'm just like improving the presentation. I'm improving the presentation and organization of that database on my computer so that I can see the experiments I want to be performing by doing these daily videos. So for example, one of the experiments was try different angles. So as you'll see in this video, it has different angles, which I never do. And that counts as a win, but I want to just have a list of those experiments so that whenever I whip out the camera, I'm trying something new and hopefully getting more comfortable with bits I'm not more comfortable, comfortable with bits I'm not so comfortable with, and improving. So that's pretty much it. We'll see how it goes, but I think that's enough for now. So thanks for listening. I'll catch you guys on the flip side, and bye for now.